I've got a video coming out. There wasn't space to publish it yet about the whole Xenoblade 60 FPS thing. So apologies if the introduction to this video is pretty identical to the introduction to that video. But so we all know that the Switch 2 is going to be backwards compatible with Switch 1 software. But the big question is, what else might happen to those games? Are we just going to be able to play the games, or is there going to be some sort of upgrade system? Could there be a simple performance patch, or will we get like full remasters? Like what? We really just don't know what the experience of playing Switch 1 games on Switch 2 is going to look like. We don't know if it's going to be something about every game or just individual games that get the treatment. We don't know, but I am so incredibly curious. I'm so looking forward potentially to playing the old games with better performance, especially because like it's the Switch. So many of these games, they look so good. I just want them to run a little bit better. And Nintendo has been very, very tight-lipped here. I imagine that we probably will get more information about this on April 2nd. It only makes sense. But up until then, or up until now, they've essentially not given us anything other than just the simple fact that the Switch 2 is going to be backwards compatible. But today, they just had that Switch 1 Direct, and it seems that they have, I mean, to me, this just seems like it seems real. Let me just say it. Sorry, I'm fumbling over my words. It basically seems like they have more or less confirmed some sort of cross-gen upgrade system, because this is it's not a leak, it's not a rumor. This comes from Nintendo's own website. Because today they revealed the whole like virtual game card thing. They're implementing this sharing system so that people can share software with their friends. And on the website, there's a little write-up, and this is what it says. It's basically talking about how there's Switch 1 games, but it's also going to work with Switch 2 games. But it specifies Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games and Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games can only be loaded on a Nintendo Switch 2 system. Let me read that again. So Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games, okay, yeah, makes sense. It has to go on a Switch 2 system. You can't put a Switch 2 game on a Switch 1, okay, sure. And Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games. Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. That is a capital E. In case you were wondering, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, that is not a thing that Nintendo has said or even suggested up until this point. And I mean, if Nintendo hasn't made an official announcement, you can never say that something has been, confirmed. Was it confirmed with the question mark? It's not confirmed until it's confirmed. But this is the Nintendo website. They are alluding to something that they have not yet announced, and yet, like, it's here. It is here, clearly. It is in the words that they are saying to us. They are referencing something called a Nintendo Switch 2 Edition game. And there really does only seem to be one thing that could be, and that is a Switch 1 game that is given a Switch 2 edition. A Switch 2 playable version of a Switch 1 game. It feels like it all but confirms that there will be some sort of cross-gen upgrade system. And of course, we don't know if this is going to apply to every game again, or if it's just going to be like specific games that get the Switch 2 Edition treatment. We don't know, but like, this really does seem to suggest that at least some of their games will get specific versions for Switch 2. Now to look at like how the other companies handle this stuff, because I know like the whole idea of like, if a system is backwards compatible and some games are cross-gen or whatever, then, it becomes an issue of like, how do you sell and how do you manage these games, even just within libraries, PlayStation and Xbox. In a lot of cases, there will just be a game and it's sold as the game. And then like you buy it and it'll like ask which you want to download it for. Sometimes I'll buy a game on my PS5 and it'll be like, do you want to download the PS4 version or the PS5 version? I know Xbox in particular with their first party games, I believe that they really do. Like it's just, they charge one price for it and it's just like, what do you got? You got a Series X, you got an Xbox One or what? And then, PlayStation in the case of like remasters when they'll kind of just take like a PS4 game and kind of bring it up to PS5 standards. They'll charge like $10. It's kind of like the same game, but you have to pay $10 to get it upgraded to the newest version. Of course, if they do like a full remake or whatever, then they're gonna like charge brand new for it. It really does depend on the game. So really, when it comes to how Nintendo is gonna do it, we don't know precisely how they're gonna handle this. We don't know if they're gonna do it much in the same way that Sony and Xbox do it. But I see Switch 2 Edition meaning potentially three things. One, this could mean just like standalone, remasters. It could be that they release Breath of the Wild Switch 2 Edition. And this is a full-blown remaster that is sold standalone. If you want to buy it, there's no upgrade system or anything. You just gotta buy it. Presumably for $70. I don't know. Hopefully if they do like a remaster system, then they wouldn't charge full price for them or whatever. But so yeah, that's option one, standalone purchasable remasters of Switch 1 games playable on Switch 2. Option number two, these are games with purchasable upgrades in the same way that Sony will sometimes do a remaster and they'll just charge you $10 to get the newest version. It could be something like that. The Switch 2 edition of a game, you pay a little money, hopefully it wouldn't be much more than $10 or whatever, to upgrade your Switch 1 game to a Switch 2 edition of the game. And in a case like that, you would it would hopefully be pretty well upgraded, not just like a performance boost. Again, if you want to look at PlayStation, they put out the Pro version of a system. They're not charging you extra for just like the basic enhancements. That's literally just patched into the game. It's just right there. If you have the PS4 Pro, if you have the PS5 Pro, then you get to just enjoy the benefit of better performance. If it was just simple performance patches, I would not like it. If they're charging at all, I would want it to be a much more substantial remaster. But whatever the case, that's another option. It is a purchasable upgrade. Third possibility is this is really just looking at cross-gen games. It's not even necessarily referring to games that have already come out and that will, run better on Switch 2 or be remastered on Switch 2 or whatever. But it could be that, again, we'll find out in a few days, but it could be that some of these games that are announced for Switch 2 are cross-gen games. That's not something that Nintendo historically has done very much. I feel like they pretty much just do it for Zelda. They pretty much just do it when they have a Zelda for a system that's at the end of its life and they want to put it on the new one because they want people to buy the new system because the old one failed, but they also want people who bought the old system to have it because they promised them that they would have it. It happened on the GameCube and it happened on the Wii U. But other than that, cross-gen doesn't really happen a lot. Or like, D-makes, or D-masters or whatever, where they've got a game and then they do a 3DS version down the line or something like that. Usually they don't do it though, but it could be. It's a new generation, Switch 1 to Switch 2, backwards compatibility, all that stuff. It could be that there are some brand new games that are advertised as cross-gen. You can buy this game on Switch 1 or Switch 2. They are both separate versions, but the Switch 1, there's the Switch 1 edition, and there's the Switch 2 edition. It's something that I've been hoping for Metroid Prime 4 pretty much forever. I don't know if it's going to happen at this point. I kind of don't think so. But that's another possibility. It is also possible that that's what Switch 2 edition means. It could mean standalone purchasable remasters. It could be games with purchasable upgrades, or it could just simply be cross-gen games. I could be missing something easily. I'm pretty good at, missing things. But to me, yeah, I don't know. Whatever the case, though, this really does seem like confirmation that there will be something. That at least some Nintendo Switch games will have special versions on Switch 2. It's not just going to be as simple as putting in a Switch 1 game or loading up a Switch 1 game and simply playing it on Switch 2 because of the magic of backwards compatibility. If it is a Switch 2 edition, I mean, like, what else could that mean? Like, it's just as simple as that. What else could that mean other than, like, a game that did not start on Switch 2? But this is the Switch 2 edition, capital E. It's definitely a specific and real thing. And it is very, very surprising that Nintendo kind of revealed that. Obviously, they're not revealing all of the finer details, but they still have revealed the existence of some sort of Switch 2 edition thing just right there on the website in talking about this this virtual card thing. And I don't know, it's probably not an oversight. They are meticulous about this stuff. Generally, when something like this leaks, it's not usually their fault. It's usually like, ESRB or like a website going up early. But like, I don't know. I suppose there have been a couple blunders on the website because the website is just run by like, someone somewhere and they can make mistakes. But I wouldn't be surprised if they were aware of this and they knew what they were doing and they just went like, you know what? It doesn't matter. We really wanted to reveal this this game card thing before Switch 2 was like really, really revealed. We wanted everybody to know about its existence going into the whole Switch 2 thing. We didn't want to wait until after, but we also wanted to give everybody all of the fine print now. You can't show this to them and then give them the fine print later, like we need to have all the information. So it could just be, they were like, yeah, people might see that. I don't know, maybe it'll just give us some more PR, just be a little more, some more news articles being generated about Nintendo and Nintendo products. I don't know, what's the worst that could happen there? So yeah, maybe they are aware of it. Maybe they really just don't care. We're probably going to know in under a week anyway, so there you go. But it still feels a little surprising. I don't know. It's fun. I certainly didn't expect to make a video about this on top of all of the other ones today. But it's been a really big day, hasn't it?